Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna try and get some work done today because I haven't done that in way too long. But we finally got here and early enough timing. No, we're just gonna get her done. Ah, wah, wah. Da, 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 dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 dun, dun, da, dun, da, da, the ground. Da, 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 da. Hey, Robbie. Da, 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 da. That's understandable. I myself realized I was getting way too intense about the game in general, so I kind of decided that I was just gonna take a break from it for a while. It's way too easy. And I get way too upset with it. Oh, you're talking about, I was talking about mutagenics. But yeah, look at that. I hated Skull Tyrant. He killed me like a couple times and I went, you know what, fuck this shit. I just walked away from him. I didn't come back until way later in the game because I was like, fuck this shit. It's a side quest. I can do this later. What's funny is like my idea to deal with everything was just to walk away from it and then go back to it when I didn't have anything else to do. I did that so many times I ended up with a massive list of shit I didn't do and went, oh no, it's all the shit I didn't want to do. But to be fair, doing it that way meant that a whole lot of the bosses were so much easier. Like, everybody who suffered through Savage Beastfly the first time around, get bent. I didn't do them until like 10 seconds before I finished the Act 2. Like, Yep, every single bench got me. I did fix the bench right away, because I basically, well, as soon as I got crunched by it, I went, I wonder if I should have explored this shit more. And somehow, despite doing that, I didn't actually explore Hunter's March enough, and ended up missing the throne weapon. Had to go back for it later. So I never got to meet the merchant that sells it because they were already heckin' dead. Similar thing happened to me with the dice as well. Met the dice guy, played the dice game once or twice. Had no idea if I was winning or losing. I was just sort of like, okay, I'll have to look up a guide on this because I don't know what I'm doing. So I just walked away, did some more exploring, beat some more bosses, accidentally got into Act 2, went, oh yeah, that dice guy. I should go find out what those dice things are about. I'll look up how to do the dice game or something. So I wandered back over there and he was fucking dead. And I was like, well, all right, thanks for the dice, bitch. Bruh, indeed, new Pokemon. Those ants were racist. They were. They killed the mottled ones. And what's weird is, like, I think the idea is that the mottled ones have some connection to a pale god. And that's the reason why the other ants don't like them. And that's also the reason why at least all but the boss mottled ant, like the other mottled ants all seem to be friendly. towards Hornet, and I think the reason why is that they recognize that she's a pale being, and yeah. The other theory I have is that they either switched loyalties, like maybe they don't worship Carmelita. Like, Carmelita's not a pale being, but it seems that a strong enough heart means that you don't necessarily have to be a pale being to, like, protect people from the influence of them. So it may be that the modeled Scar were loyal to the bitch face McBitch face. Grandma. Oh, Ravi, here's a theory. Here's a theory for you, since I never really get to talk about this because I haven't played Silksong in a hot fucking second. Here's my running theory about what the next expansion's gonna be about. It's gonna come out soon, so we're gonna hear about this. Lifeblood is horseshoe crab blood. And our main boss, this is my theory, our main boss is going to be a giant bleeding horseshoe crab. Now, it's true that we have seen a deity figure in, trapped in the cave in the void in the original Hollow Knight, but my argument is we don't know which orientation we're looking at that beastie, and he could be a horseshoe crab if he were sideways. Horseshoe crab, horseshoe crab, horseshoe crab. Look up horseshoe crab blood. Look at the color of it. It's bright fucking blue. It is precisely the shade of lifeblood. Not just a little bit, not just a little bit like, well, what's blue in nature? Horseshoe crab blood. What's that color? Horseshoe crab blood. It's horseshoe, and if you think about it, the researchers that we were talking to, they were kind of like crabs. They had little sticky legs down at the bottom and kind of like frills up at the top. There's crabs that are like that. So they might not have been, and we know that crabs are like considered bugs because of Khan, right? We know that at one point in time the Coral Gorge was a thing. It isn't just the sands of rack and the wasted area that it is today. It used to be underwater, which means that where they decided to try and grow the lifeblood was basically under a dead ocean, because we know that they drained the water out of it and flooded bile water with it and all that shit, right? But that used to be an ocean, which means that all the salt and minerals are still there. So they implanted the lifeblood in this incredibly salty area above a like damp area, which is Moss Grotto, right above a lake, in fact, because there is actually water down there. And that's how they got the lifeblood to spawn. It obviously needs a lot of salt, because it's blood. Well, it gives vitality and parasites, but it has healing properties, which is what we use, like, right now, in modern usage, in medicine, horseshoe crab blood is actually used to detect the presence of bacterial contaminants in medicine. Because unlike most blood that, like, you know, uses just an increase of, like, white blood cells to kind of, like, drive away the bacteria, horseshoe crab blood has the unique property of basically clotting. Like, it sort of just goes, oh, hell no, at bacteria really, really hard. And when it does that, it, like, see what I'm saying? It is. It's the exact same color as lifeblood. The final boss in Sea of Sorrows, calling it now, is 100% gonna be a horseshoe crab. A bleeding horseshoe crab. Now, I assume it's probably gonna be like some sort of pale being horseshoe crab, like or like any of the other pale beings we've run into. It's gonna be the pale being of lifeblood. And basically, some other creatures have been, like, experimenting on it and using it, because, like, I mean, that seems to be a theme that we got in Grandmother Silk that we didn't get in the original Hollow Knight. This sort of, like, creatures who are not pale beings using pale beings' magic or abilities, or silk in the case of Grandmother Silk, in order to enhance themselves. So if it turns out that lifeblood's the same way... Well, yeah, butterfly. But the thing is, we don't use butterfly shit. I'm talking about what it looks like and what it does. It has healthful properties, and it's bright fucking blue. And between those two things, I'm saying it's horseshoe crab blood. Because the whole thing is, it's a sea of sorrows, right? And we know that the researchers came from the Sea of Sorrows. Like, that area is where the two researchers, Zango and whatever his name was, Xylitol, they both came from where we're gonna go, right? And we know that there is some hinting at lifeblood because of the whole butterfly tower thing. But if it turns out that, like, crabs, like, sure, it's got this butterfly motif, but I'm wondering if there isn't, like, maybe... I wonder what a crab nymph looks like. Do they look like just baby crabs? They probably just look like baby crabs, right? I wonder... There is such a thing as a butterfly crab. Oh shit, son! You guys! Oh my god, you guys! Okay, what you need to type into Google, type this into Google. Type crab butterfly blue, and then look at the bright red crabs. Not the blue ones that pop up. There's a couple blue ones I think that are CGI. Look at the butterfly crab. And take a look at what color that butterfly is. Take a look at what color that butterfly is. The conspiracy goes deep. It's crabs all the way down. We are returning to crab. Game for today is me actually doing some art, which I need to do really badly. And also talking about how I believe that the final boss in Silksong Sea of Sorrows is going to be a crab. Oh, specifically horseshoe crab. Because horseshoe crab blood in real life kind of functions like how we understand like it's medical stuff. And because of that medical connection and its bright fucking blue color, and I do mean it is bright fucking blue, that it's related to lifeblood. I think that's the hint that we were receiving, is that because we know now that in Hollow Knight, crabs are considered to be bugs, i.e. people, like they are the potential for people. Because previous to that, we didn't know whether or not there was anything like a crab or a shrimp or a lobster that could potentially be considered a bug. There's some hints of that in, like, the Kickstarter backers, but those are non-canon, right? So there's no way of knowing exactly how crabby they were gonna get. But when we had King Kong show up, right, he's definitely a crab. Half of the critters that you fight in his stupid arenas are absolutely crabs and shrimp, right? Do I play Terraria? I was literally playing Terraria 10 last night. You may not have been here for that. I don't know why you weren't, because I'm pretty sure you're talking about budgies the entire damn time I was playing it. Not that I'm mad about you talking about your budgies. I'm just saying, that's really weird that you don't remember. When I remember, when I have a terrible memory. Yeah. And the lights go out, your love somehow. Love, 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 love. So yeah, anyways, that's my standing theory for Sea of Sorrow, is that we're gonna end up fighting a horseshoe crab as the final boss in that because yeah, the researchers, which I think are probably like a different species of underwater scuttler of some sort. Like they're not obviously horseshoe crabs themselves, but they like are using the blood of a horseshoe crab, and that's where the entire infection of lifeblood came from in the first place, was these researchers. You listen to Step by Step. Ooh, baby. That's such an old song. I mean, I hear that, but the thing is about the Nightmare Heart, like the difference between Hollow Nest, right, and Farloom is that Farloom still has a beating heart, right? Because the whole idea, as far as I understand it, about the grim truth is that when a kingdom has basically failed, like when it has died, and like basically it's just the smoldering remains of existence that are left behind when a kingdom dies. And you can't say that it's not dead. It's dead. The kingdom has fallen. Now, that's not to say that every bug in there, once the radiance is dead, like, is also gonna be dead, or that Elder Bug doesn't deserve a chance, but the kingdom of Hollow Nest is dead. And when a kingdom dies, there's that remnant of energy that the Nightmare Heart likes to consume. Now, it's really important to note that, like, if you do end the ceremony, like you don't actually go through with fighting Nightmare King Grim and sacrificing the Grim Child to become the new part of the Nightmare, it's true that... Oh, you know what, Robbie? You are right! You are so right, Robbie! There are 4 fucking kingdoms for the Nightmare Heart to devour there, isn't there? Yeah! You're right! So while Farloom survives, in whatever form it's going to survive, there are multiple kingdoms there that have all fallen to ruin, including the Scar, because we did kill their leader. I was gonna say heartlessly, but like literally, we took the heart of it, so... Yes, but they were never part of the Kingdom of Hollow Nest. They were separate. They were a separate area and a separate tribe, and they didn't allow outsiders. Unless you could beat the shit out of their leaders, I guess, but... Because when you unlock the door to Deep Nest, they say they're upholding the pact, and generally a pact happens between 2 kingdoms. And because, except for the Traitor King and his followers, the Mantises aren't corrupted, because they were never part of the revenge scheme. Oh, interesting theory! Okay, new theory, because like we're gonna talk conspiracy theories, we're gonna talk about my favorite one. For the most part, the only things being targeted by the wrath of the Radiants are things that are within the kingdom of Hollow Nest. Which means that the Mantis tribe, so long as they don't attempt to use the Radiance's power, are immune to it. And the solo moth that didn't betray the Radiance is also immune to it. And Un, who's just vibing there, is also immune to it, right? As well as an assortment of, like, I think the Moss Knights are, and Elderbug is randomly. But basically anybody who's not down inside the kingdom seems to be immune to it for one reason or another. If they're part of another kingdom, they seem to be safe, which means that her vengeance is very precise. She's only aiming at those who worshipped the Pale King, which is valid because he's the one who stole all her followers in the first fucking place. What am I playing? I am actually drawing. I'm not doing a hell of a lot of the drawing, but I am drawing. And I'd be like, what am I drawing? Oh, you'll see. I can sort of turn more of it on. You can see it a bit better. But yeah, I'm drawing a river in the background of this image. Hydrate. That's true too, though. I mean, their leadership is dead, as far as I know. No, because that I'd say. Oh, another kingdom that exists within the bounds of Hollowness, but doesn't seem to be facing the Radiance in any real way, is the Godseekers. They don't have the orange eyeballs. They're not corrupted by it. Well, the Radiance affect those who have a weak mind, but there's some precedent for which one she's targeting specifically. Because the thing is, like, this is how I understand the lore. I don't know whether or not Mossbag or whatever agrees with me, but this is how I feel about the lore when it comes to the Radiance. We have the Radiance, who basically, if we think about all the various gods that were there before the Pale King showed up, this is how I see what was happening in that area. We have the White Lady, who was just taking care of plants. That's fine. She lived next door to Un, who was taking care of all the worm folk and all the moss folk. And we had, we don't know who was taking care of the Mantis. Maybe the Mantis are pretty independent. Maybe they're from a slightly different kingdom and they're just, like, independent of that. And then we had, the Radiance, who took care of what is now Hollowness. And as far as I'm concerned, this is how she understood it. She had the moths, who were her people, but she also had basically stray cats. Beast bugs. Like, not intelligent bugs, not people bugs, but beast bugs. All of them were beast bugs. All of them were. So she took care of them, she fed them, they loved the light, she loved them, and all that was good shit. That was good shit for everybody. But the Pale King arrived. I have my own theories about how that happened, but the Pale King arrives, and, you know, the Radiance is like, oh, okay, well, he's gonna live in the dirt. He's a worm, it's fine. I'll live up here in the sky, and it's great. Except that more and more of her stray cats just weren't coming home. They weren't there anymore. They weren't hanging out. They weren't doing their jobs of being bugs. So finally, she goes down to fucking investigate what's happened, and he's got her pet cats standing on their hind legs, pretending to be intelligent bugs. So in my mind, it's not that they're the simple-minded. The Pale King twisted beast bugs into some semblance of intelligent bugs, which is the reason why they act the way they do. They're not really that intelligent. They have thoughts, but they actually have incredibly weak minds because they were always beasts. So he basically just twisted and mutated the entire group of bugs there, turning them from being happy little beasts who love to sit in the sunshine and make babies and eat plants and grow big and live and die, into these pretend noblemen who flop their little limbs around, not really knowing what to do with them. Like, that grossness is really what made her basically freak out the first time and go, well, they can't even communicate with me anymore because they're literally wearing masks that blind them from the light. They literally can't even look up to the sky anymore to see her, sort of thing. So she visits them in their memories, right? In their minds, in their dreams. Because in essence, they deeply long to return to being what they were. Because what they were was truer and more real. So she's sort of setting them free, which is why they attack everything and they destroy stuff, because it's not like they've become, you know, she's corrupting them into some new form, mostly. She's, like, literally setting them free. But the issue is that through the filter, that was the first version of the infection. After the Pale King trapped her, and she's been kind of leaking out, she has no real control over what leaks out and what doesn't, which has resulted in an ungodly amount of, you know, orange goop just infecting people to the nth degree. But there's some sort of interesting thing where, for the most part, other than the bugs that are really close to the Black Temple, the only other bug that kind of like deeply suffers from the infection is a Mosskin. Like, the Mosskin get absolutely shit-wrecked by the Radiance. Even though there are other Mosskin nearby who are only like mildly affected by her, the Prophet who's like blah 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 blah, and like the big hoppy guys are all hanging around, and then when you go back there later after the infection spreads, they're all dead and rotted. My theory is that she knows that they should be loyal to Un, and to have them turn their backs on Un and start worshiping her was too much for her to handle. She was furious at them for turning their backs on their god. So she fucking wrecked their shit. Basically going, are you fucking kidding me right now? This isn't the point. You weren't supposed to be worshiping me. Like, oh, thank you for the hand. Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. But the God Seekers, like, they're living there. Like, they're literally right under the city, but they're unaffected, right? Same with the Flukes, to be fair. The Flukes aren't infected. They're gross, but they're not infected. I can, but I won't because I have work to do. A year should have 13 months? On a certain level, it does. If you look at the sidereal zodiac, you can actually see that there is a 13th symbol. Have fun trying to figure out what your actual zodiac symbol is now, given that that is true. Bruh, stop repeating yourself. I've read it now. Don't repeat yourself in the chat. I do scroll back and read. When I'm not, you know, drawing and whatnot or focused on a game, I do go back and read during lulls and whatnot, so please don't spam. Censorship? I mean, if you're accusing me of censorship, yep, yep. Mostly it's just a matter of, if I read it, and then I read it, and then I read it, my brain sort of resets every single time somebody does that, and I go, wait a second. Did I read that already? Wait a second. Did I read that already? Wait a second. Did I read that already? And that sense of deja vu is like a freaking trail right to freaking end game, got no brain cells, can't think anymore level of bullshit. Like, I kind of just need the chat to like not spam, because if I've read it so many times, I like start getting massive deja vu because I react to each thing as though it's brand new. Because I don't have a very good short-term memory. Things don't tend to get in there too good. It don't stick. And because of that, I can experience deja vu because maybe some of it did stick a teeny bit, but yeah, it just gets really like, whoa. No brain cells. Yep. The Radiance was basically like, you know what? I don't have beef with Un, and how fucking dare you? That's my theory about why those Mosskin in particular received a absolute lethal dose of frickin' Radiance. Radiance was like, how dare you betray your own god? That, like, I literally am mad because you guys, like, my people betrayed their god. You're gonna betray your god to worship? Nah, we won't have that. I don't have beef with Un. If you're gonna be disloyal to Un, I'm just gonna take you out on his behalf. Like, fuck you all. And I actually think that's sort of like, not exactly sweet of her, but like, she got principles. She do. Cree! I already said no. Literally sit there explaining, don't repeat yourself because I will have already, if I've already read and said it, that you're gonna cause massive dissociation. And you're like, well, let's see that in practice. Bro, you already asked and I already answered. Oh yeah, but he's not infected. Like if you look at the Moss Knight that what'd you call them? Sheep swordsmen? I know what you mean. They're Moss Knight. The Moss Knight who's looking out over the lake, he doesn't have infection in his eyes. Because Un is calling him back and saying you need to be safe. Because like if you look at the lore sign, you know how you can kind of like go around across the lake of Un, then you come back out of the Un area, and there's like a lore tablet there. There's also a dream tree there, but that lore tablet basically says don't go any further because you'll be entering the worm's domain. So like basically Un is trying to get everyone to come back because he knows the apocalypse is happening there. Not up late. This is early in the stream. I stream at night. That's true. I wonder if that's an oversight because I feel like his whole thing is like he's thinking about going back across the lake to go be with Un. Maybe he does have some of the infection, but he's fighting it. I don't know. It's been a while since I kicked his ass. I usually just completely ignore him and just go flip myself across the lake to go get my slug for him. That's valid, Cree. But before anybody asks, I only do art for one person. This is the person. This is the only person I do art for. And the reason why is because they pay on time. Which might sound unreasonable, but you have no idea how infuriating. And they always know what they want. It's like that's the other half of like taking commissions that can be absolutely like just, you know, I want to say outrageous, but just like frustrating. Is that sometimes you're sitting there and you're trying to get commissions from people and they insist they know what they want, and then when you say, okay, so what is it that you want? They go, I don't know. What do you think is best? And you're like, bitch, you're the one who wants the commission. I don't know what you want. That's like, I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. That's valid. But at the same time, like, I could be doing art. Biggest donation I ever got. I think the biggest commission I've ever taken was for $500, but the biggest donation I ever got, like just flat out, I don't know, probably $100 or $200. Occasionally people do just drop some money my way, which is really kind of them. Not as though I deserve it or anything, but like, you know, sometimes people do. And I'm always very, very grateful. That is an Ursiclops, yes. It was a sprite that was missing that I, when I did my playthrough of Infinite Fusion. That one was a fusion I did, and it didn't have any official art, so I did the art for it and submitted it. So it is in the game. Oh, the 500 cigarettes. To be fair, that one almost got rejected because a couple people argued that I'd taken way too many liberties with the claw design. But honestly, they're gonna be picky about that. They need to start being more picky about their mill tank designs. I'm just saying. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. I don't wanna fall for you. I don't wanna fall for you. You can color in layers? Yes, I am coloring in layers. That way I don't erase what I've already drawn, or that would really suck. Many, 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 many times. Slightly off is the style that I tend to do fairly frequently. Are my angles too precise? Maybe they are, because I probably should have them have a little bit more flexibility. But watch me not do that! I'm just gonna make the angles really nice and make it very satisfying for myself and nobody else. Yay! Of course. This is a note. Was the $500 one? Absolutely took for fucking ever. Pepsi or Coke? You go for Coke. I used to mostly exclusively go for Pepsi, but I also like Diet Coke. But I also can't have corn syrup, so, you know, Diet Pepsi, Diet Coke. I'd be like, wait a second, why not corn syrup? I can't have anything with corn in it, I'm allergic to corn. I'd be like, wait a second, what does that mean? It means that I can't have anything with corn syrup in it, anything with corn starch in it, anything with corn oil in it. I'd be like, wait a second, isn't that everything? Yeah, it is! Yeah, it is! To be fair, like, I'm not, like, into sweet stuff so much anymore. Like, things with a lot of sugar in them are just kind of like, nah. Plus, a lot of things with sugar in them have corn-derived dextrose, i.e. high fructose corn syrup. Because it's corn syrup. Ah! Ish. Fish? Nah. Technically, yes, fish. Wait for you. I'm still waiting for you. I'm so close to... See, you want to see the fishing? There's fishing. There's gonna be fishing. Wait, where's the... Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, where's the fishing pole? It's right there. Oh, yes. There is fishing happening in this. A delicious garment meal. Wait. You're gonna eat clothing? Oh, you're eating the fish. Oh, okay. Yes, the skyfish! L&D. Or NLD, can you, not the spammings? it this time. There's nothing don't start to worry about. Ready for your soul in the backyard, in the backyard. Yeah, yeah. Just like where you wanna go. Get my passport, get my passport. Wait for you, it's still waiting for you. And still don't step, break it through. He'll stop waiting, waiting for you. You like fish? You like fish sticks? Yeah, put those words in the wrong order. Hi, Maximus. Is it just like, well, you could talk about stuff. Yes, the fish, but also like, are you saying fish for some particular reason? Am I a furry? No, I'm not. If you are one, then you are valid. Kind of impressed you're managing to do that backwards as quickly as you are. You like that? For some reason, the YouTube emojis seem to have this glaze of like judgmentalness. What am I? I am a holographic gremlin from the dystopic future that is basically now. We both know it's true that I fuck out of that, yeah. Why are you not letting me mush? There we go, there we go, there we go. You're scared? He's just typing what everybody's posting backwards. Really not too scary. I mean, I can understand it can be a little unnerving if you can't tell what it is, but that's all it is. Alright guys, I'll look at chat in just a second. What do we got? What do I think of Brazil? Like, you don't know? Brazil seems like a really cool place that I could never visit because it'd be way too hot for me there. In fact, you know what? Brazil is such a cool place that there's no reason why I should ever go there because I would make it less cool by my presence. It is that cool.
I was chasing shadows, moving too fast. Didn't see the way our love couldn't last. Now I'm stuck replaying what I put you through. Every night I'm haunted by the thought of you.
What about Australia? Australia's great. Also way too hot. Also full of terrifying animals. Yeah, I figured. I seem to recall you said something about that at one point in time, but I also may have just guessed? Probably because of, like, there's only a certain amount of people who can, like, kind of watch my streams in any consistent way, and most of them are in Australia. Which is valid. I love Australia. It's cool. Hello, Chris Osorio. Hi, farther.
Myself another bottle, I don't even check the price. Black jacket on me, looking cute, make sure she's looking twice. I don't even want to go out. It's still cold even when I'm out the house.
Sonic the Hedgehog or Wally West? I mean, if we're talking about Wally West from the comic books and not anything related to the cult leader show, then Wally West. If we're talking about anything to do with the cult leader show, Sonic. You so cute, you love me? Well, I mean, we barely know each other. We should probably get to know each other better. But if you just been, hey, you're so cute, you're so cool, I'm like, okay, that's shiny. Yeah.
She acts so nice to me, but I know her heart is froze. My shit's so righteous, but I know it's like she chose. Now we in the VIP, so don't you get too close. She wants a week for me, I need to get my dose.
What am I drawing? Let me open the old one. This is this from a different angle. Give me a second to open it up. This. So it's this picture. Very cool picture. From a different angle. So now it's on top of a mountain. There's gonna be clouds up here, and then a character in the middle. That doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? Did I do a face reveal? Theoretically, there is potential that someone will have a picture of my face somewhere, but if you want to know what I look like, okay, picture potato, put glasses on it, there you go. I'm old and ugly. Yeah, there's nothing to hide here. I'm just, you know, not gonna put it up there because there's no point. You will be disappointed! I'm not a pretty lady! It's just the way it goes. Don't get weird about it. I think he's finally gotten bored of speaking backwards, possibly. Also, hi, Alex! I sound young? Yeah, I'm 44. Eric, run, 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 run! I'm old.
Go high all the way up into outer space. My body wanna play. This is how we rave. Party every day. What you want me to say? I got that extra money on the runway. Go high all the way up into outer space. This is how we rave. Party every day. What you want me to say? I got that extra money on the runway. Go high all the way up into outer space.
Australia's not that bad if you don't go into the wildlife areas. It's the heat. The heat would kill me. Like, I cannot emphasize that enough. I really cannot handle heat. I get so heckin' sick. Really rapidly. In fact, it's kind of embarrassing. Philippines is likewise a really cool place with amazing hecking food and such freaking cool music. Like, oh my god. And again, I can't go there because it's way too goddamn hot. And I'd be like, where the hell do you live that it's not too goddamn hot? Canada. I live in Canada. And I don't go outside during the summer because if I did, I would hecking die. The fewer chances I have to, like, go outside, the better. Because, like, I'm a gamer, bros. I don't touch grass. I do draw it, but I don't touch it. Because it's bad, okay? Like, grass is bad.
Boy, on a real hesitation creeping in. But you look so good and I know what you're offering. Phone's lighting up, but I'm just
I mean, Wooden Bug, you may want to get your eyes checked. That's a pretty big, like... If you think that homeless people are green and have stripes, like, honey, it helps. We're not actually looking up into the sky, we're looking down from the sky. It took me a while to figure out how I was going to do the perspective in this, because there is also a lightning bolt going on, but if I turn the drawing back on... Not that one. Not that... Well, that's part of the drawing. That's the rest of it. Have I watched My Hero Academia? Yes, I have watched My Hero Academia. Well, not the final season, which I think is out now. No spoileritos, please. But also, what am I drawing? I'm drawing this picture from a different perspective. Went and got painterly again. Gosh darn it. I was trying to avoid that, but watch me fuck it up anyway! I'm one of them otakus? I've dated otakus. I'm one of them people who just gets into things from time to time. And for a while there, it was quite a bit of anime. And then I realized you can't win with anime. Like, you can never watch all of it. Which is very depressing. And it's really hard to keep up with stuff when you've got like 40 series in a row and then somebody's like, have you seen this one? And you're like, actually, no, I haven't watched all of that one. And they're like, oh my god, you have to watch the entire thing. And I look and it's like 3,000 episodes and I'm like, maybe. Like, do I like Gojo? Yes. I also haven't started watching the newest season of JJK because I keep forgetting to do it. You'll never watch One Piece? I mean, valid. You might want to wait until they, like... Apparently they're gonna kind of go back through it and, like... cut it down? Like, cut down all the fluff? At some point. I don't know when they're gonna do that. I have watched all the One Piece, though. Up to the end of the Eggman arc. I don't know if there's new stuff yet. Sorry, Egghead Island. I said Eggman, because... not Sonic. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, I think I'm satisfied with that background. I may redraw those clouds. Not satisfied with them, but I may also not redraw those clouds. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, now my hands are shaking, so I know that I gotta stop doing this because I can't make myself draw no mores. But I got some work done! I win!